Yes, I want to start off by saying thank you, Toastmasters. I love being here and being able to speak with you because at one point in my life, I thought that I wasn't going to be able to speak to you until I came to the realization that I was born to do this. And a lot of people go through their lives wondering what their purpose is. If you actually look up some of the top 10 Google searches, one of the top that keeps coming up year after year is, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with my life? What am I here for? Why am I here? And I'm here to tell you that you already know, because you were born to do what you're wanting to do. It doesn't take that much to figure out what you were born to do. Unfortunately, it took me a lot, because when I found out what I was born to do, I was in one of these. I had recently just gotten divorced and wanted to ditch my high-paying job with the company car and the company credit card to go and help people in rural South Carolina because they were having such a hard time getting firefighters there to fight some of the fires that they were having out there, because they were still behind the times with bad electrical systems in their homes, as well as cast iron stoves in some, and just general lack of knowledge on fire preparedness. They also had some of the highest diabetes rates in America. So when I was training to be an EMT, I was also firefighting. One day, we're in a house, it's on fire, I'm feeling down, depressed about myself, and I grabbed my helmet because I wanted to go interior into the structure. When I put that helmet on, something inside me was telling me that I wasn't ready to do this. This was the first time I was going to go in first into a burning structure. A residential home, maybe 3 or 4 bedrooms. There's fire presenting in all the windows, and we go inside. And when we get inside, something happens. If you're inside of a burning building, you cannot see anything because there's lots of smoke. If you think of a campfire, all the particulates from the burning materials just goes up, and if it has nowhere to escape, it just settles. And it goes down from the roof or from the ceiling and circulates just up and down. So what firefighters have to do is crawl on their knees to try to get to where the fire is. So unfortunately, I didn't feel like this was necessary at the time. Now, when you're training to become a firefighter, you shouldn't just let that training disappear. You should probably hold on to it like your life depends on it. And that's what a lot of us tend to forget, that sometimes we were trained to be ourselves, but then we get into situations and we start winging it. We start just freelancing. We start what we like to call playing sandlot ball. I know some of you guys play ball. You play sandlot, that just means, hey, everybody go out. I'm going to throw the ball up. Or, hey, just go to the hoop. I'm going to pass you the ball. We start sandlotting. And so that's what I did. And then I ended up separated, alone, unable to contact anyone. Before all of this, as I said, I ended up having a nasty divorce, and there was just a little voice inside of me saying, you're going to die here. This is your tomb. And just for a split second, maybe half a second, maybe not even half a second, maybe a quarter of a second, I wanted to believe it. I wanted to believe it because it seemed like it was easier than going through the rest of my life. What if I stayed alone? What if I couldn't find the person that would make me happy? What if I'm completely, totally off of what I should have done? What if I was supposed to go to school and become a doctor or a lawyer or a scientist, and I missed the boat, I'm too old, and now I'm going to end up alone and afraid for the rest of my life. Things I was pondering in my head as there is a burning building surrounding me. See, sometimes when you don't follow what you were born to do, you end up listening to everything else instead of your common sense. You tend to listen to everything else except for your training. And you tend to try to stand tall for nothing instead of getting on your knees and following that training. Getting out of all the dangerous cloudiness of the unknown and getting on your knees and finding clarity. And it wasn't until I got on my knees and found that clarity that I could hear my fellow firefighters speaking. You see, when you don't follow your training and don't do what you were born to do, you miss out on everything that's happening all around you. You're looking at your radar screen, but everything else that's outside your radar screen is happening. I had only been about 50 feet into the structure, and I'm thinking, I'm going to die here, and really all I had to do was go another 50 feet behind me to a door. It's not following your training. It's not following your call. When your calling take you 50 feet to the clear blue sky and out of harm's way. So I encourage everybody today, do what you were born to do. You already know it. Whatever you loved to do as a kid, whatever you remember your favorite cartoons were, your favorite stories, go back and revisit it. That's your training. Your training will save your life. Your training will give you purpose and a direction. Fellow Toastmasters.